In 2017, one Justice League film released on theaters. Honestly speaking, that is one of the worst superhero film ever made in the history of the universe. One of the worst film. And the person who directed that film, according to the sources, was Zack Snyder. According to the sources, see here, it's given here. Zack Snyder is the director. So after watching that film in the theaters, people were abusing the director and said, what a waste film this is. And I, after watching that film, renamed Zack Snyder as Crack Snyder, waste film, because it was a waste film. Because I gave that name because I don't follow any Hollywood news. I'm a common person. I buy ticket at the theater counter and then I watch the movie. I don't follow Hollywood news. So according to that Wikipedia sources, whoever was the director, I abused him because it was a waste film. Then some report came that he only didn't direct, it seems. Some Avengers director who directed that Avengers 2012 film, first Avengers film, then Avengers Age of Ultron, he's the director. That fellow directed that film, it seems. He replaced Zack Snyder. Then Zack Snyder left the film in between, it seems, after completing few scenes of Justice League. He left the film, it seems. Then he was replaced by this Avengers director due to some personal reasons and professional reasons both. So really it was very confusing and clueless situation it was. Clueless situation. So obviously it was not a complete product, and that Justice League 2017 was an absolute disgrace. And it was more, people got very angry because in 2016, that year before, people said the Warner Brothers, the producers, marketed this Justice League film as an answer, reply to Captain America Civil War, which was a masterpiece. Captain America Civil War, Marvel's Captain America Civil War. It was a reply. Okay, nowhere that 2017 Justice League version matched even 10% of that Captain America Civil War. So the DC fans were absolutely helpless and were just abusing the filmmakers and not satisfied at all. It was absolutely waste. So chapter was over in 2017 and Marvel won the battle. Hands down, they won the battle. And people were shocked, especially DC fans, because DC Comics, even I used to watch Cartoon Network, I used to watch Justice League, and I used to follow. Such a good story, so great characters. Why they are not producing the film properly and not executing it properly like Marvel? I was really disappointed. It should be a healthy competition, right? It should be a strong competition. Both DC versus Marvel, not like a one-sided battle. So that's why even I was frustrated and I started abusing the director, Crack Snyder, I told. But last year in 2020, last year the news came that Zack Snyder didn't even complete the film and his version of Justice League will be released on HBO Max. It will be released. Then I was like, what the fuck is going on? 2017 Justice League already released in the theaters. Now again, what the fuck version is going to release? Then I researched, and then whatever I told for the first 2 minutes, that was my research. Full facts I told, that this is the history of this franchise and this film. So Zack Snyder didn't even direct that 2017 version, only some 4-5 scenes he directed, remaining that Avengers director directed that film. I think that Avengers director purposely directed in a shambolic manner so that Marvel wins comfortably. And he destroyed the legacy of DC and he destroyed Justice League purposely so that Marvel wins. Because he didn't want his own creation of 2012 Avengers to lose. That's why he created in a shambolic manner, in a rubbish manner he has directed that DC. That's why. In a waste manner he has directed that film. Purposely I think he has done this. Yesterday I saw Justice League Snyder Cut, and honestly speaking, if you compare the 2017 version of Justice League, the 2021 version of Snyder Cut is a lion and the 2017 version is a caterpillar. You're comparing a lion with a caterpillar. Means lots and lots of differences there in this Snyder Cut. It's in a miles apart difference. This movie is superbly made, that visuals, especially that Amazon battle and that combination of that Amazon and that Zeus, that first 1 hour, that battle, man. What a graphics and what a CGI. Brilliant, that's it, brilliant. 2017 version, shata in front of this, shata, waste it is. झटका बाल also नहीं है वो. Visuals you should see, visuals. Mind blowing, mind blowing. It's a shame that this version didn't release at the theaters. IMAX they should have released, because in the main screen, in the laptop screen, it is showing 4:3 aspect ratio, 4:3. That just shows the whole version was shot in the IMAX version, and it should have released in the theaters. Means theaters means it would have given a heavenly feeling, outstanding feeling it would have given in the theaters. But in the laptop only so good feeling it was giving, then in the theaters it would have given a heavenly feeling. Means brilliant. Then this version is special because the cut, it's long. This movie is long. It's 4 hours movie, but it's justified. This Warner Brothers doesn't know anything of filmmaking. They don't know anything. They are destroying the DC franchise, I'm telling you. Because Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War was a 5 hours movie. So I don't find anything harm if 4 hours or a 3.5 hours movie is released in the theaters. No problem. At least they are giving a proper movie with proper character development and proper backstory of each and every character. There is a depth in the characters, especially in this version. That Cyborg, so much depth is there in his character, so much depth. The purpose of him becoming like that, his backstory, family story, how they created the box, then the relationship between his father and Cyborg, it was very well explained well, how his father protected him. So this film, that 1 hour, you can say that it's almost like a Cyborg, separate Justice League Cyborg, you can say. Like you don't need a separate Cyborg film after watching this movie, after watching this cut. You don't need the separate version. It's such brilliantly explained backstory. Then the main highlight of the movie is the climax fight, where all the Justice League will assemble, all the characters will assemble, and especially there's a shot where Batman will drive his vehicle and all the characters will fly like that. That shot, that slow motion shot is the highlight. Wonderful shot that is, wonderful shot, mind blowing shot that is. Wow. Means that climax is the highlight. The way the whole team, all Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, then everybody's Flash, the way they will fight together, combine together and fight that Steppenwolf is just brilliant. And also in this film, Flash character was given more depth. His performance was sensational. Even the person who played this character, who is that, Cyborg's character, these two performances were shining performances, brilliant performances. Absolutely brilliant performance. Superb. Now if I talk about the negative aspect of the film, the only negative aspect of the film, if I tell, is in Batman story, that Alfred, whoever the character who played Alfred in this Snyder cut, doesn't suit Alfred at all, because I'm emotionally attached to Michael Caine as Alfred in that Christopher Nolan's version. That Michael Caine is known as good luck for Christopher Nolan's film. He as Alfred was remarkable. So remarkable he was that I don't see anybody in the character other than him in the version of Alfred. Another negative aspect of the movie is that after 3 hours 30 minutes, after defeating Steppenwolf, that whole Justice League will assemble. Okay, after that I thought cinema over, everything is over. Then in the 30 minutes extra, where it will go to the length of 4 hours, from 3 hours 30 minutes to 4 hours, that dream, Batman will get a dream where Joker will come. I think that that sequence was not required at all for the version, because we have seen so many Joker individual films we have seen. Then even for that Batman Dark Knight we have seen Joker and all. So I think just to satisfy the fans, this scene was shot, really. There was no point in showcasing the dream. It was pointless for the script. And another thing is that Superman's love interest, she didn't have much scope in the movie. The only thing she did in the whole movie was cry throughout the whole movie and hug Superman and kiss Superman. That's all her job was there in the movie. That's all she was there for. Last but not the least, I would like to say that this Snyder Cut is absolutely fabulous. In 2017, this Warner Brothers has said that this Justice League will match Marvel. It's a reply to Marvel. But the 2017 version was nowhere a reply to any Avengers film. But this Snyder Cut is a perfect reply to Marvel Infinity War. perfect. That brilliantly Zack Snyder has directed. Brilliantly. That color coding, that dark version. Wow, wow, man, wow. The color coding, especially in the climax. Superman is not wearing blue suit. It's looking like he's wearing a black suit. So dark it is. The color coding is just superb. Perfect reply to Marvel. There should be a healthy competition between DC and Marvel. Then only the comic universe will grow. If one Marvel is growing at one end and DC is faltering, then the comic universe will not grow. That Warner Brothers needs to understand. And if a director is making a 3.5 hour movie or a 4 hour movie, also encourage the director. Don't just discourage the director and abuse the director. See, and now if the movie is good, even 3 hours movie or 3.5 hours movie also, if it is good, then audience will sit through and watch the movie. Even though it's little bit lengthy, audience will sit through. Simply if he is making a 4 hours movie, you discourage him, abuse him and throw him out of the project and make a 2 hours movie of absolute garbage, dustbin shit. No use, no point, that's it. In return, audience will only throw beef at you, throw slippers at you.